Ever watch your favorite Bravo show? See the dazzling diamonds, the lavish parties, the screaming matches over a glass of Pinot Grigio, and wonder what's really going on behind the scenes? Not just the drama they're selling us, but the real drama? The kind that keeps financial advisors and bankruptcy lawyers up at night? What if I told you that for some of these iconic Bravo celebrities, the most shocking storyline isn't on your screen, it's on their balance sheets? That the mansion might be a lease, the empire a facade, the confidence a carefully crafted performance to keep the creditors at bay. My friends, welcome. Today, we're pulling back the velvet curtain on the high-stakes world of Bravo, not to judge, but to understand, to find the surprising, often inspirational, financial truths hidden beneath the glitter. This isn't gossip. This is a case study in resilience, reinvention, and sometimes sobering reality. By the end of this, you'll see these familiar faces in a whole new light, and you might just find a lesson or two for your own playbook. So pour yourself a cup of coffee, get comfortable, and prepare for a journey into the untold financial secrets of Bravo. What you're about to discover will change how you see reality TV forever. Section 1. The facade of fabulous when the lifestyle is a liability. Let's start where the eye goes first, the blinding, beautiful stuff. It's the engine of the show. We're meant to aspire, to admire, to be a little envious. But here's the first and perhaps most crucial secret. On Bravo, the lifestyle is often part of the contract. The pressure to provide lifestyle porn is immense. The network expects it, the producers encourage it, and that pressure can create a dangerous financial trap. Think about it. You're a new housewife. You have a nice life, a comfortable home, but you're now on a global stage next to women dripping in diamonds. The audience and the producers want more. More glamour, more extravagance. So you might upgrade. You lease the bigger house for filming. You borrow the jewelry from a dealer friend for the scene. You take that girls' trip to Dubai, financed by a combination of network per diems and personal credit, betting that your future fame will cover the cost. This isn't just speculation. We've seen the lawsuits, the bankruptcies. That star from New Jersey who had her salary garnished, the Atlanta entrepreneur sued by multiple creditors. They were playing a character, the ultra-wealthy socialite, but the bills in the real world were addressed to them. The facade became a liability of monumental proportions. They conflated cash flow with net worth and fame with financial stability. And when the cameras stopped rolling, the collectors started calling. But here's the surprising twist and our first lesson. Recognizing the facade is the first step toward real power. Some who fell the hardest learned the most. They were forced to strip away the pretense and rebuild from a place of authenticity, which leads us perfectly to our next point, because for every star who drowned in debt, another was quietly building something that couldn't be repossessed. So if the cars and castles can be an illusion, what's the real asset? What's the one thing the bank can't take away? The answer is simpler than you think, and it's the secret weapon of the smartest players in the Bravo game. The personal brand, the only asset that appreciates in a scandal. While some were leasing luxury, others were building an empire on something far more valuable: their name, their personality, their story. We're talking about the personal brand. In the modern economy, especially one fueled by social media, your name is your most powerful corporation. And the Bravo stars who truly won the financial game understood this from day one. They realized they weren't just on a TV show, they were on the world's largest, most emotional infomercial for themselves. Every argument, every vulnerability, every reunion showdown made their brand more recognizable, more relatable, more valuable. Take Bethany Frankel. Her story wasn't just divorced housewife. It was scrappy, street-smart underdog who knows about business. She leveraged her Real Housewives of New York platform not just to sell a low-calorie margarita, but to sell Bethany, the savvy, no-nonsense entrepreneur. That brand allowed her to sell Skinny Girl for a reported $100 million. Or look at Lisa Vanderpump. She didn't just play a restaurateur, she is one, but the shows, RHOBH, Vanderpump Rules, became hour-long advertisements for her sensibility, the glamour, the pink, the lovey charm. That brand drives customers to her restaurants, sells her rosé, and moves her pet charity foundation. The brand is the asset. Everything else is just a product line. The lesson here is profound, especially for us. Your experience, your story, your hard-won wisdom is an asset. It's your brand. You don't need a TV show to monetize it. A hobby, a skill, a lifetime of knowledge, packaged with authenticity, can become a legacy. The Bravo stars who succeeded turned their narrative into currency. But, and it's a big but, this strategy has a devastating dark side, because what happens when the brand you've built, your primary source of income, is tied directly to your reputation, and that reputation suddenly burns in flames? Because on Bravo, fame is a double-edged sword. It can build your empire faster than anything, or it can burn it to the ground overnight. Just ask the star whose world collapsed after one scandalous tweet, or the couple who lost everything when their legal battles became public spectacle. The line between wealth and ruin is shockingly thin. The downside of any publicity is good publicity, when scandal has a price tag. This is the brutal calculus of reality TV finance. For years, the old adage held, any publicity is good publicity. Get people talking. But in the digital age, where sponsors are hypersensitive and past tweets live forever, scandal has a very real, very steep price tag. We've seen it time and again. A star says something offensive on the show or online, the immediate backlash is ferocious. Then come the emails. We are terminating our partnership. The brand deals for shapewear, for wine, for hair care evaporate overnight. A significant revenue stream disappears. Or consider the legal scandals. That star from Potomac and her tax issues, the husband from Atlanta and his legal entanglements. The lawsuits aren't just legal problems, they're financial black holes, draining hundreds of thousands in legal fees, not to mention the lost earnings from a stalled career. This exposes a critical vulnerability, income fragility. Many of these stars have top-line wealth. They make a lot of money, but it's often from unstable, reputation-dependent sources. A Bravo salary, appearance fees, impulsive brand deals. It's income without a foundation. It's a house built on sand, and when the tide of public opinion goes out, the structure crumbles. But the inspiring takeaway, it reinforces the timeless wisdom of diversification. Don't put all your eggs in one basket, especially if that basket is your likability on a volatile TV show. The smart ones, the ones that endure, start other businesses, invest in real assets, build streams of income that aren't contingent on their Q score. They create a financial foundation that can withstand a scandal, which makes you wonder, with all this risk, with all this drama, why do they do it? What's the real payoff? The answer is more complex and more human than you might expect. So if the money is unstable and the scrutiny is unbearable, what's the ultimate payoff? Is it just vanity, the need to be seen? Or is there a deeper, almost universal human need being met here? A need that, frankly, many of us in our 60s understand better than anyone. After peeling back the layers of finance and facade, we arrive at the core driver, the true secret: legacy. For many of these individuals, especially those who came from humble beginnings or fought their way to the top, Bravo isn't just a paycheck. It's a chance to write their story into the history books, to secure a future for their children they never had, and to create something that lasts longer than a TV season. Think about Teresa Giudice of New Jersey. Her entire arc, from family matriarch to federal prison and back, is a brutal public lesson in this. The mansion, the furs, the prosperity, it was all part of a dream to establish the Giudice name as a symbol of success. The tragedy was the method. But after her release, what did she do? She wrote books, she built a platform, she fought to keep her family intact on camera. She is, in real time, attempting to rebuild a legacy from the ashes of her mistakes. It's raw, it's human, and it's about more than money. Or consider the stars who are now grandparents. They're on TV, yes, but they're also launching businesses with their children. They're using their fame to champion charities close to their hearts. They're building a family brand, a commercial empire that can be passed down. This shifts the focus from lifestyle to heritage. The goal isn't just a Birkin bag, it's a trust fund. Not just a vacation home, but a family compound. This, my friends, is where we connect. You understand this drive intimately, the desire to leave things better than you found them, to provide security, to have your story, your struggles, and your triumphs mean something. The Bravo stars are just playing out this universal human drama on an amplified, glitter-covered stage. Their currency is fame. Ours might be wisdom, property, or the values we instill, but the mission is the same: to build a legacy. And that brings us to our final, and perhaps most surprising revelation of all, because if legacy is the goal, then what is the ultimate, most valuable lesson these televised triumphs and failures can teach us? It has nothing to do with offshore accounts or business schemes. It has to do with something